Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Y'all know what time it is. It is another Tuesday right here on the East Coast, 8 p.m. time. That is for Millionaire M.A.N Cape on Relationship Entertainment Television. We appreciate y'all for tuning in because you know y'all could have chose to be anywhere, but y'all chose to be right here with us on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Relationship Entertainment Television. If you're on Facebook, y'all don't forget, share this with your family, share this with your friends, all that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. So you can check out all the shows that actually come on Relationship Entertainment Television, not just Millionaire M.A.N Cave, but you can also check out Business Talk Library, Entrepreneur Insider, all that. Hey, thank you, Preston. What's going on, P? Thank you. Because normally we do not know who Facebook user is. We actually have to log on to Facebook ourselves to see who Facebook user is. So thank you for actually saying who the hell you are. But as I was saying, subscribe to Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Entertainment Television. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell so that way you notify each and every time a brand new episode, brand new show comes on. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can catch us on Roku. Y'all can also catch us on the website ra-tv.net. All that good stuff. Narada's in the building. Narada Peacock Drive is in the building. What's going on, Don? Hey, tonight we got a special show, yo. We got. Y'all know we try to do this at least once a season. So y'all make sure y'all share this with y'all peoples because we got the ladies on the show tonight. The women's takeover is actually happening tonight. So make sure that y'all let everybody know the women about to be on the show, and y'all know what happens when they get on the show with us. And we got we got a first tonight too. We got an absolute first tonight. So exactly, Donnell.
The exclusive.
Yo, I couldn't do the show without the fellas that's on the screen with me right now anyways. So as always, we missing one tonight. He actually being a little bit later. But my brother from another mother, my man Millionaire Mike is in the building. What's going on, Mike?
What's up? I was trying to get my app going and get that YouTube link to Facebook.
Got you.
Put it out there for everybody for the women's takeover tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Everything's chilling. I'm just ready to go.
Yes, sir. Yes. Hey, man. Donnell, before I get into the what's good, Donnell? What's good? Mr. Reasonable is in the building with us tonight. What's good with you?
Hey, I ain't so reasonable tonight. I'm gonna change my name. I don't know what my alias is gonna be, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no women's takeover, and I'm Mr. Reasonable.
Hey, they the ones who coined that phrase for you anyway. It was Tiffany, if I'm not mistaken, it was Tiffany who said who started calling you Mr. Reasonable. So
this is true.
You got to give her that benefit.
Always.
Exactly. What's going on, Don? I see you. Peacock Drive in the building. John will be on the show in a few minutes. John, running late. John do his own thing. It is crazy because tonight's the season finale, and the first episode of the season, John was late or not even on the damn show, one or the other. And now last episode, I guess he decided he's gonna do the same damn thing and decide he's just gonna be late But Mr. PC will also be in the building, aka John.
Comes around full circle. That's what that is.
I guess that's what you want to call it. We need to start finding him for every time his ass is late. How about that? Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I missed y'all last week. We didn't get a chance to do a show last week, so we appreciate y'all for tuning back in. But down there you can get making faces. Nah, so we was supposed to do this show last week before we get into the women. We were supposed to do the show last week, but I was out of the country, and so we tested all to make sure that equipment worked and everything. But then we forgot that. So I was in South Africa. That they have these power sharing loads or whatever, where they share, I guess, due to electricity grid or whatever, they share the power load, and so at certain times of the day and night, you get like total blackness, like rolling blackouts. And the time that we would have done the show over there would have been, I think, 3 a.m. in the morning, and it was a rolling blackout that started from 2 to 4. So. Unfortunately, that would not have worked. So we would not have been able to do the show. Donnell, ain't nobody ask you.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't California have it? They call them brownouts, where they kind of have scheduled power outages.
Do they? I think I've heard of that before, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think California has brownouts. Well, that's what they call them.
I like shared load.
Certain cities, maybe.
Yeah, brownouts don't sound. Something sounds funny about brownouts to me. I just can't put my finger on it. About brownouts just sound a little bit funny to me. But it's that time of night, y'all. We actually get into our guests. We're gonna call them guests, so that way it ain't a takeover. Since, like Donnell said, it's not a takeover. We're gonna get into the ladies that we got on the show. As always, she's a part of almost every damn women's takeover we had, just about, except for maybe 2, I think. She is in the building with us, y'all. I ain't got no words for her. Y'all know we got a love-hate relationship. But Latoya, exactly. Latoya is in the building.
Hi guys.
What's up,
Latoya? Where?
I'm so happy to be here. I hope you guys can hear me okay.
We can hear you good.
Oh, I'm ready for you, Mr. Reasonable, Millionaire Mike, Ty, because I'm not going to tell everybody what y'all was talking about before we went live.
Who was talking about?
You're asking about how much wood you have. So I was like, y'all need to be informed.
That was Mike.
I was gonna say that was Mike.
I didn't hear anybody say pause. So
that was Mike.
Wait a minute.
That was Mike. Latoya.
I don't believe I ever said that exact phrase.
Right.
Hey, we got another troublemaker in the building with us as well, who is actually probably really gonna be in trouble tonight. But y'all know Tiffany. Tiffany Nicole is in the building with us. What's going on, Tiffany?
Hello. Yes, lots of trouble. I got lots of trouble for y'all.
She out and about, so she trouble because she out and about. We're gonna leave it at that.
I love it.
It's gonna be trouble.
Yes, Tiff.
Trouble.
And last but not least, coming on the show tonight, this is a first. Y'all see her usually posting in the comments. You may actually know her, Tiffany No Haddish. P is on another one tonight. P needs to be on the show because he is on another one tonight as well. P been drinking. My wife, but we ain't gonna acknowledge her as my wife tonight. She's just Cody.
Okay, Ty.
Yeah,
whatever. That's your wife. Put some respect.
I know that's right.
Me.
Thank you. And
You
she
hear
got
me?
2 that's gonna back her up.
First of all, she on mute. Oh, there, okay.
She on mute.
How you gonna let her
Yeah.
talk to you like that?
Hey, the night is young. The night is young. I'm gonna leave it at that. The night is young.
I'm waiting for P to say what my name is.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh, T. Yeah, because you had Tiffany No Haddish, you had Latoya No Lucky, and now you got Cody No Chestnut. Cody No Chestnut. Hey, you stupid.
What that mean?
Hey, yeah.
Keep it moving.
She better not have no now. I ain't fooling with y'all. Yo, so real talk though, we was supposed to do this show last week, but for whatever reason, because of the blackouts, we couldn't actually get this thing going last week. So I'm glad to be able to have y'all on the show tonight. Well, he said Cody Chestnut is. I never heard of Cody Chestnut.
Me either.
Are they white? I'm about to Google them right now.
I'm about to look too.
Google it.
American artist. Nah, it's a dude. It's a dude, 54.
Oh,
He do. Oh, is it the dude from the Roots? He sing R&B.
snap.
I think this might be the dude from the Roots. Anyway, that
Okay.
Cody No Chestnuts. I got you.
Cody
I
No
got you.
Chestnut.
Never heard of never heard of him before, but I'm gonna check him out. Thanks, P. I'm gonna definitely have to check him out. But yeah, we were supposed to do the show last week, and I thought it would have been a super dope idea for us to be able to do the show straight out of South Africa, out of a whole other continent. And I just thought that would have been super dope. So unfortunately, we have an opportunity to do that. But the question is coming around. Okay, so he is the dude with the Roots. Appreciate that, P.
Okay.
Appreciate that, P. So the question came, Toya, that I guess you don't know your husband's name that you decided to wear it on a hat.
Oh, who asked that question?
It just came up. I ain't even posted in the chat because I ain't want nobody to
And I can't see who said that. No, it's just called I represent very well.
Okay.
And I support Black businesses, and it always starts at home.
That is okay. Well, since you're talking about it, what's the Black business you supporting? We just try to figure out. You got your husband's name on the hat.
Narada is a brand all within itself, and my husband, he's into fashion, and he decided instead of giving his money to these designers who don't know who he is, he would just start designing his own clothes, which he's begun. So tonight I figured I will wear his hat so people would know.
Gotcha.
And I will wear it on y'all's show. This is a very strong woman. Let's not forget the women's champ, always here.
We guess.
But I'm also supporting my husband.
So, stand by your man. Stand by your man. So he got a hat. What else? What else he got other than hats?
My goodness, he designed a Letterman's jacket. He's designed 4 pairs of shoes. What else am I forget? T-shirts. So apparel, clothes. His shoes are super dope. I wish Ty, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I would have told you to have a picture of the shoes on because I wore them actually in South Africa. That was my first time wearing them. Very comfortable shoes.
I want a couple pair. So
yeah,
I'm waiting to purchase them.
I did even better, Toya. I actually found. I was going to ask you where he's located, but I found it online since you weren't going to tell us. The Narada _limited on IG. So
no, Ty, I'm not going to let you tell a story on me while we're live. You asked me the question and then you said you had it, so I said back.
Oh, okay, my bad. We found it.
So her husband is designer, no panda. Got it.
P is on one tonight for real.
So you can't make it bigger?
Yes, I can, Donnell. Ask Cody, she'll tell you.
You know what?
That's a picture of his shoe in London.
That's
the one on the left. That's a picture of his shoe in London.
That's the picture of a shoe in London. As
and the ones that I will have are light blue.
Are the light blue ones on here? They don't though, Donnell. I know you a shoe head. Donnell sneakerhead.
Don't put my business out there.
Yeah. I know
you. He said, "Don't tell nobody."
You can tell them
if I buy anything else.
But they go to Letterman jacket.
Those are that's a Letterman jacket, his hat, and then the shoes that he has on his feet. Those are his first pair that he designed, and he also have those in white and blue, and I have those in white and blue.
Oh, the white and blue ones are slick. I seen them. Now I want the white and blue.
Those are the ones I want.
Yep, there they go. Yeah, I can see.
Right here. No, not them. It's another one you got.
What does the shoes retail for? If we can go into that.
So that particular shoe right there.
Well, I like those.
And the shoe is made in Italy. That one, I believe, is $234. I hope I'm not giving the wrong price, but I hope Narada is on here to correct me. And then the second pair that he's shown, those are going to be less, but he's going to do the pre-order starting in February. So, yeah.
You need to have him on so he can kind of explain the inspiration behind his designs as well as the packaging. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he designed his own box. If you go back to the other one, he designed the box himself. So that box on that, the design on that box is his. He designed it.
Bet. I like that.
That's what's up.
I like that. You know, we support black businesses on this episode, on this show. Actually, on this network in general, we support black businesses. So that's why I'm, giving time out for the Narada pre-order. He said pre-orders now released in February. Narada, you already got me. I told you I want them blue joints that that your lady got on or had on.
She has a name. Didn't you ask me to put my name on here?
Yeah, no, that's your lady.
Could you get the other color, sir?
That the lady. Oh, shoes actually retail. The new shoes retail for $130. Okay.
And let us know how to pre-order.
Yeah, let us know how to pre-order, Narada. We can go ahead and pre-order them drinks because I definitely want the blue ones that Latoya actually had on in South Africa. I want them blue ones. Size 12 or 11 and a half, 12, something like that. You gotta tell us how that went. That was dope.
I'm using a different computer, so I can't see who the Facebook people are. But who is this person? They are hilarious.
So that was P. I can tell you because that's Preston. P is on one tonight. We want the all blue drinks they wore in South. Yes, them all. Yes. Somebody else said they want. Oh, Camille. That was Camille said she wants to. Camille want the all blue ones too.
Okay.
Everybody want the blue ones, Narada. So you better get them drinks made in bulk for real. Anyhow,
I just don't understand how you're going to keep bringing up South Africa knowing that I wasn't there. I just don't understand why you want to keep bringing that up like you're rubbing it in my face.
So we trying to figure out why the hell you sound like a robot in your car.
She reporting live.
That's what the hell.
Tiffany Nicole on location.
Live from a bar near you. Exactly. Yo. But yeah, so Camille apparently, so Narada said he got all of it. Real talk, Narada. But yes, it is women's takeover, and apparently they have taken over with the Narada brand. See? Thank you. Let it slide because I'm the host. Thank you, P. I'm not the only host, but we got all the fellows. I gotta start reading P's comments because he's gonna take me completely off track for tonight's show. We had a whole conversation, about a lot of stuff that was supposed to happen last week, but I guess the most recent thing that's in the news is how do y'all feel about the whole Brittany Griner situation? She finally came home last week after 9 months in jail?
10, I think. 9 or 10. Something like that.
10 months?
10 months.
How y'all feel about that whole trade? She got traded for an arms dealer.
I mean, I'm glad she home. The trade did seem a little off. What's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't matching. Okay. But I'm glad she's home. He's a arms dealer that's supposed to be so dangerous. And she just got busted for weed. But whereas they were talking about the Marine, who's overseas, but he was like on some espionage.
I was about to say, I heard his story recently. He wasn't no innocent dude.
Yeah, his was like on some espionage. So I feel like that would have been more equal, to the arms dealer. But at the same time, I'm glad Brittany's home.
So you feel like they should have left her over there and brought old boy back?
Nah, I feel like they should have, tried to work out an extra in the clause or something,
Gotcha.
2
but
for
from
1.
what I hear, the demands that they wanted in order for him to be released, the U.S. government said they couldn't do right now. They wouldn't go into detail to say exactly what the request from, Russia was, but they weren't willing to negotiate.
Great point, Camille. If it was your child, you wouldn't give a damn who they was trading for. Just bring his or her ass home. Should have got both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are comparing apples and oranges. From what I've read, he's locked up for some much more serious crimes, and
I read that I think he's been offered for trade before, and they said no. So
Mm.
this was, and from what I hear, this was like years ago. So
Man, bump that. He was locked up for 4 years. How about we ask the last administration why she, what I'm saying, main man is still locked up? Like
they
it's a,
said,
it's a
and
win for
that's what
it's a
I
win for
read,
us.
that
So
during the last administration there was an offer for a trade for him, and the answer was no. So a lot of people just jump to a lot of conclusions, of course, without doing a lot of research, and that's what you get.
Wow.
But considering the fact that I think, to Donnell's point, considering the fact that in the last administration that was supposed to be his boy, you know, why was that deal not made? If that was supposed to be his boy,
Right.
he thought Putin was a cool dude, from my understanding. Meanwhile, the rest of us. So I'm just curious why he couldn't have made that deal prior to the whole Brittany Griner situation.
Yep.
We had a conversation a long time ago, the fellas, on whether or not we even believe she should have been locked up in the first place, based on the fact that it was just it wasn't even I don't think it was a full ounce of weed in it. She had a pen. She had a pen, but I don't think it was even a full ounce.
But it doesn't matter if their laws, are more stringent than they are over here. You got to abide by where you are currently, not where you come from.
That's true. That's true.
And let me just add this. She didn't have the complexion for the protection.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Mm.
indeed,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Is that how it goes in Russia too? I guess everywhere, huh?
Oh, it's definitely everywhere.
Worldwide.
It's definitely everywhere, and I ain't gonna. Tiffany told me not to bring it up again, so I ain't gonna bring it up because she
I
a
was
little,
gonna say the same
she a
thing,
little
Ty.
salty about the whole South Africa situation. But you gotta understand, Tiffany, it was a last minute thing for us. We didn't even know about it. We was invited, but I told you we gonna do it again. We gonna do it again. Anywho, but yeah, so I will go ahead and say it. But nah, so even in South Africa, or Africa in general as a continent, I mean, it's there too. Like I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that was one of the things that bothered me the most about being over there, realizing that this is supposed to be our land, our continent, and I knew that South Africa in general was taken over by the whites, but to see it in
Uh-huh.
person, oh
Right.
man, that
Right.
was
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was a lot to take in.
It has to be jarring.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like you would need a show dedicated to that.
You really
And
would.
hopefully some of the people that we connected with while we were out there could actually come on at some point.
That
That
would
would
be
be
That
dope.
would be
so
dope.
dope.
Oh, don't worry, Ty gonna pay me.
No attention. I'm paying your ass no attention. How about that? That's what that's what I'm paying you. But nah, Toya did actually make a good connection with me last week. There's a chef that we got a lot of good contacts, and there's a chef out there that Toya put in my direction, and so we will be making some contacts out there out in South Africa to potentially have them not only just on Millionaire Man Cave, but potentially even on RETV as a whole. So I appreciate that. I can't stand Toya, but I appreciate her for that. How about that? How about that, Toya?
You're
How
welcome.
about them apples?
Exactly. Hey, I know this is an old conversation. And I'm about tired of talking about it as well. But speaking of Toya, I know your kids. You got a couple kids that actually go to Jackson State. What they feel? Do you know how they feel about
Oh.
the Deion situation?
It's funny when we got back last night, we all went to dinner, and I must say I was scared to eat after eating such great food in South Africa and not feeling the slightest bit of indigestion. I didn't know what to expect when I came back to the States. But anyway, we were out talking, and again, I'm plugging family, but my daughter is on YouTube as well when she interviewed students on the campus. And Sade's their take on it is that he came and did what he needed to do, and it's time for him to move on. Time for him to move on. You know, so let me say that. So that's something that my children, that's what Sade and my sons were talking about. He made a huge impact, and they've been there to see the change in the football program and even on campus and the level of care that Deion Sanders showed his players. And I just feel like as people of color, We talking about, he's leaving for money. We need to give back to these institutions, and we don't. We'll go to the city and make the city money by renting hotels and all of that. And there's a lot that we'll do when it's homecomings, but we don't know how much of this money, really we got to put the money into the school, not just the parties. So I said that to say this. Their stance on is that he helped out and it's time for him to move on. And I think what he has done as well is he started. I'm sorry.
You gotta ignore
No, no,
Pete.
no, no. I don't know who that is. That is an
Question.
insult.
Clearly.
You gonna have to explain
Black
that one,
Chris
buddy.
Jenner.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't do that one at all.
P,
No.
P, hey, no, hey, but you about to get yourself in trouble, P. But nah, go ahead. So you were saying, Toya?
No. So anyway, we need to put the money there, but they felt like he did what he was supposed to do. And I have students at JSU, so they've seen the change.
Is it true, or did they mention anything about the fact that because I've seen again, I don't know, like Tiffany said, and even like Camille said earlier, sometimes we speak on stuff that we don't know the 100% facts on. So that's why I'm asking. I don't know, if your kids know, maybe possibly. Is it true that they actually stole from him and his kids?
Oh, I'm sorry.
To be honest with you, Sade feels like it's something, but not sure what it is.
Look at this dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So, what's good, John? John's supposed to be on the show. He's
supposed to be on the show.
What's good, John? So you said, sorry. So what you say? My bad.
Back up a second. So give a little bit more context as far as what the comment that was just made, as far as something being stolen.
Do you know more about that, Toya? From my understanding, they literally broke into like their dorms and literally like stole stuff from them. From my understanding,
cars,
yeah, well, the first year or something like that, that him and his kids were there.
Wow, that I did not hear.
Gotcha. Like, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull something up right quick while you are. Oh, here we go. While y'all was talking about that, Toya just mentioned her daughter, John. Yeah, ha. Bring your ass on the show. No. Toya just mentioned her daughter actually has a YouTube channel, and she does, and she did. I hope she gives me permission to do this. If not, oh well. Sorry, Sade. Love you anyway.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sade Marie, and welcome back to my channel. As y'all can tell by the title, we have a very, very hot topic that is a hot topic around not only Mississippi and Jackson State campus, but the entire U.S. I done seen this on the Shade Room. I just seen a couple minutes ago that Charlamagne and Guy just talked about this. Deion Sanders, who was our head coach for the football team, has recently announced that he will be the head football coach at Colorado, and the students got something to say. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all want to know how we feel. I usually don't add how I feel in these public interviews, but I know it's here, and I'm gonna give y'all a little hint. I'm not mad at it, but we're gonna get right into this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I would say that it doesn't really affect me. I do take the media department, so I feel like if he's not in the football department, it wouldn't affect you that much. But it was still well last time, but it's his life, his choice. Support him either way.
So first, I want to say that I go to the Jackson State University.
Okay,
I do not go to Deion Sanders University. That's the first thing. So I genuinely don't really care too much about him leaving, only because I feel like him being here didn't really do anything for regular students. Like, our school got hype and everything, but we came here before he got here. We was hype about Jackson State before he came here. And honestly, I only went to the games to watch the band in the first place because I don't really understand football all that much. So it's just more like the vibe of Jackson State. We're going to be straight. We were straight before he came. We're going to be straight after. But I do think it's wrong for him to leave at the time that he did and the way that he did, because him being here, it was like so much emphasis on like building up HBCUs and giving HBCUs a chance and giving opportunities to students. And I know there was a lot of students who are disappointed about him leaving because this was a chance for an HBCU like ours, and ours isn't even considered to be one of the biggest HBCUs. Like a lot of people didn't know about Jackson State until he came here. So I feel like him being here did give an opportunity for our school to get more spotlight and to give appreciation to HBCUs in general. So I do think it's wrong that he is leaving, but I understand it's all about business and money at the end of the day, and that's why he made that decision. But we're gonna be straight.
So, all right. So if y'all interested, y'all can go check out Sade Marie on YouTube, and y'all can actually see more of. Oh, the volume. The volume was low on the video, Cody.
Just a little bit. We were able to hear more towards the end, at least for me.
Gotcha. But yeah, if y'all want to hear more about the whole situation, check out Sade Marie on YouTube, as Latoya just mentioned. We could catch her videos and see all of that good stuff there. But like it seems the consensus at Jackson is they don't even care. Like I agree with old girl toward the end. Like he did help out, HBCUs in general, but it seems the kids they don't even care. Donnell, you were shaking your head.
I mean, I just feel like for those students and those parents or people who feel like he didn't really do anything. I mean, enrollment was down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like kids these days aren't really going to college, and I just feel like Dion stepping in or coming in. Yeah, he preached HBCU education and to bring some of these like D1 type athletes to these universities. You know what I mean? I don't know. Dion is only one person, and I mean, what I'm saying, like, of course, what I'm saying, Jackson State might have already been the turn up, but what I'm saying, if you have more students applying and more students enrollment, I mean, I think ultimately that just helps the school.
Win-win.
He only one person, but you got to admit he did a hell of a job for not just Jackson State, but he did it for just HBCUs in general. And I think people are offended because they want that longevity. And I guess with him being there, I don't know how many years he was there. I guess 2, 3, I don't know, whatever.
3
years, whatever. Yeah. Feel like he just kind of just dumped us and left us for not I say us, but I went to HBCU. For the money or for a white school, which I guess makes it even worse in that case. Would it have been better had he gone to a black school then, or a majority black school? If he had left and gone to a majority black school or black program, would it have made a difference? Would it have been better?
But Todd, I mean, he never promised to stay. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he came in, he did his thing, he had an opportunity. Right. That's it. And that's not to say he wouldn't come back to a HBCU.
Right.
Mr. Salem State, I'm sure will be gladly, be glad to have him. Like real talk.
I would like to know if he accomplished the goals that he had set out to do for that school. Although we know it went over and beyond that by giving exposure to also other HBCUs. And if we're realistic, how many of us, if another opportunity came our way that would have better pay, wouldn't we take it?
Yeah,
better pay, and you're not coming out of your pocket.
About to say, we're not talking 50 cent difference. We're not talking 10,000. We're talking about millions of dollars difference. Like, who's going to leave that on the table?
And I think the other part of that I look at too is this is more evident to say within our community, okay, he's done his job. Now let him pass on the baton to someone else to further take that school or that program where it needs to go.
Yeah.
A lot of times in our community, we don't band together in those instances, where we should. So I say,
yeah. Something that our grandfather always would say is that there should always be someone under you.
Yeah.
That you're training in the event that something happens to you. Now, thank God this wasn't anything catastrophic, but people die every day. Yep. And how many companies or businesses have you heard, we don't know what to do because this person did everything? No, you train people under you, and it's just like we should applaud that and to keep it rolling. Again, he's one person. How many of us make an effort to give back to colleges, even if we did not go to an HBCU? You're Black. So why aren't we pushing that? Give, because if we give more, guess what? There'll be more money flowing, and it's going to attract people. Money
I ain't
talk.
gonna call nobody out. But some of us own Louis Vuitton, you know, Gucci. They won't even give $5 to HBCU.
And won't support the Narada brand.
Yeah. But that's real talk.
For $25.
And did this to
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm on
and did this. And go and ask for a discount.
Yep.
That's the part that kills me.
Every time.
Oh, I can't stand it.
That's the part that kills me. So
you, my cousins, baby mamas, sister, brothers, best friend. You not gonna look out for me? No.
Simple. No.
But you can't ask. Like Donnell said, you can't go to Gucci. You can't go to all the other places and ask for that same discount. Or you can, but you won't. You won't.
Right. And they're gonna pay it too.
Right. Without a problem. You steady for them Jordans, but you can't buy a pair of Naradas.
Yep. And Narada made a good point too. He said also we don't know what the behind the scenes politics were like for him either.
Right.
We don't.
So P said there was supposed to be a movement towards our star athletes going to HBCU for the PWIs. J.R. Smith going to A&T and playing golf, for example. We'll have to stay tuned. Put on screen. We'll have to stay tuned to see if that movement progresses or not. I mean, and the crazy part of it is, like you said, Deion's one person, and there are other big names, some quote unquote big names at HBCUs, and we still don't support, in a lot of those cases. So I don't know. I mean, I think Deion did a lot for not just Jackson. I think he did a lot for HBCUs in general. I will say, I guess the part that kills me the most, not the fact that he left, but he took some of his players. He took some of his players and coaching staff with him, so that way they can go.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part.
I didn't know that part either.
Oh yeah, his son is supposed to be going with him. Because his son is down there at Jackson. So I don't know. I wonder if his daughter is staying too, because his daughter plays basketball down at Jackson.
Yeah, his son's supposed to be the new quarterback at Colorado. So.
Yeah. And then there was another D1, the dude who he got from, who had committed to going to Florida, I think it was. I don't remember. He's supposed to be like the number 1, number 2 guy. Number 1, yeah. From my understanding, he's leaving too and going with him to Colorado.
Okay.
That puts a twist on it, but okay.
Yeah.
And again, we don't know the behind the scenes, but and I didn't know that part. That puts
unfortunate. The unfortunate piece about athletics and at black universities, like, Deion said it, like during the draft, like no black, kids were drafted from HBCUs. And I feel like, I think his youngest son, or the younger of the two, because the oldest one is graduating from Jackson.
Okay.
I guess he's setting them up for actually getting drafted. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Tiffany parking. It looked like she parked.
Parallel parking.
All I keep hearing is Cedric the Entertainer from Kings of Comedy talking about how black people turn our music down so we can park
everything. Because I gotta concentrate. I can't.
Oh Lord. Parking, then turn the music back up.
Yeah, y'all don't do that when you're looking for an address. When you're driving down the street, you're looking for an address. You don't turn on your music in the car just to be looking.
Nope.
But when you go to the ATM, I do when I go to the ATM. You don't do when you go to the ATM? That's because I like to be aware of my surroundings, and I don't like nobody sneaking up on me. So at ATM, I'm definitely turning that bad boy down.
That's why.
But Tiffany look like she
Tiffany doing a 3-point turn.
I mean,
you need the Alexa.
First of all, Tyron and Cody, y'all know how my street is real narrow. I had to concentrate.
Very much so.
Now I'm parked and I'm straight. Thank you.
All right.
And you're safe. You made it home. I'm glad.
Y'all stupid.
That's what's up.
Let's get into these commercials right quick before we go on further with the show. I'm done with y'all. We could have gave you a whole commercial, Tiffany, and you could have damn parked all you wanted. It would have been good.
Tune in to Millionaire M.A.N. only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Hey, P is on a completely another one. I don't know if y'all see that, but P is on a complete. First of all, P don't usually make it through the show. But Toya, P said, I thought Latoya already gave us the commercials. Yes, Toya did. She was shouting out her husband, Narada's. She's wearing the Narada brand tonight. As you can see, she got on the hat. We already talked about his shoes. He got a jacket, all that good stuff. So yes, she is sporting the Narada tonight.
Did you catch when he explained the Kris Jenner?
No, I missed it.
Yeah, he basically said that something to the effect of she putting her whole family on.
I'm not exploiting them though.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Putting the whole family on. No slight.
No slight. All accolades.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I just heard the door. I wonder who the hell could be at the door this late in the show. It's Mr. PC. John is in the building. What's going on, John?
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
Glad you can join us, sir. No.
Hey, man, I had to work. You lucky I don't still have my tie on right now. I decided to take it off because, it's a man cave. So
you wear a tie to work?
I do. Yes, I do.
Well, John working recruiting
school system.
Yeah,
or school.
Still,
that's right.
John working the church.
Not after this show.
Nope. No church.
He already be mad we be on LinkedIn and he'll get fired off of LinkedIn.
Yeah, I got me all messed up.
Yeah, pretty much, Mr. PC. Speaking of LinkedIn, for people watching on LinkedIn, we appreciate y'all watching on LinkedIn to be the Relationship Entertainment Television page on LinkedIn, so y'all can check us out there. Make sure y'all can check us out on YouTube as well. Subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel right here. Then hit the bell for the subscribe button and the bell, so that way you're notified each and every time a brand new episode comes on. This is the season finale of Millionaire Man Cave. John, no P Key. P is on one tonight. We're gonna have to have P on the show.
That's
John,
hilarious.
He did that for everybody, John. He did that for everybody. Yeah,
John, no P Key.
Check out the website re-tv.net. If y'all got questions, all that good stuff, send it in to info@re-tv.net. Donnell, you know what time it is, buddy. You got word to the wise since we got the women on tonight?
I ain't gonna do it.
Smart man.
Don't be scared.
I got word to the wise. Listen, ladies. Some of y'all be buying shoes for comfort, but you know what I'm saying? Like this right here, just take it to a whole nother level for me. Hold on, let me get my share screen up. Am I sharing?
Nope. Oh, there you come.
Y'all see that pinky toe right there?
Ooh.
In the hell?
It's waving. It's waving.
Hey, this is a real, like, I actually took this photo right here.
No.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious now.
She
And I
couldn't
was
fit it
just
in.
like,
It
why?
is. That's what
I
happens
guess
when you go down a size too small.
Wait. Where was you at? Is my question.
Right.
Oh, to make it so bad, I was at Tyson's. I was at Tyson's too.
So for those who don't know, Tyson's
They really
or
in
Tyson's Corner is a whole shopping mall. That's
Hey, look,
out in Virginia.
I don't know how I don't know what kind of sandals those are, but we in Tyson's too. I forgot what store we was in, but yeah, we need something a little bit bigger.
Them the orthopedic sandals, the orthopedic ones.
She had a broke pinky toe. Her pinky toe was broke.
That's what I was thinking, Mike. I was like, maybe her toe was broken, and then it needed to air out or something.
Then she needed to have on a boot.
She got a stinky pinky toe.
So ladies. Why do y'all wear shoes like that? Like, do y'all wear shoes just for fashion, comfort? Like, we wear shoes for comfort. I mean, I wear shoes.
We don't wear shoes like that first.
That's first and foremost.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nah, y'all cram y'all's all in the side of the shoe at one time. It's all crammed in.
See if I can find that picture
I
from last
literally
time.
just told somebody last week. I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine about how I have never been like, I've been asking everybody. It's embarrassing, but whatever. So my son, he's 13, and he been talking about dunks. I want a pair of dunks. I want some dunks, this and that. And I look at the dunks, and I look at the Jordan 1s, and I'm like, they look like the same shoe to me. I've never been a sneakerhead, that sort of thing. I buy what I think is cute. And before, when I was younger, I really thought I was cute. I was like, I can't wear no sneakers if it's either heels or sandals or whatever. I got so many sneakers now after I've turned 40. Baby, I realized, why you didn't tell me before I could be cute and comfortable at the same time?
And comfortable.
I didn't know. And so now
this
I got
picture
all
ain't neither
kinds of
one.
sneakers. And I still don't consider myself a sneaker head because I don't buy stuff just because it's popular or because it's out and people trying to get it and oh my and all this other stuff. It's just cute. So that wouldn't be my lot in life right there.
My mommy told me to.
That is so wrong.
Yeah, that can't be comfortable, and it ain't cute either. So it ain't cute or comfortable.
So Tiffany, I believe that women can be cute and comfortable. Okay, I believe it can happen. I believe that's a thing. Yo, for real, those are the cliffhangers too. Oh no!
Hey, my bad, John. Go ahead. Hey, P.
He auditioned for a spot on the show.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. I believe that women can be cute and comfortable.
Absolutely.
And that's the unfortunate part of like when I see women who put shoes on that they think somebody has let them believe is cute. You know what I'm saying? And
somebody told you wrong, sis.
Right? Like they ain't your friends. They're not your friends.
Where your friends that they didn't tell you like you got what else you got? Like that's what we act like. We might not hurt your feelings, but if you show us an outfit and the shoes or whatever, like what you think about this, we not gonna be like that's busted. We might just say, well, what's our other options? What else?
Yes.
Why not tell her the truth?
And I can tell you this: my sisters are brutal. You're getting ribbed before you leave. Like you're getting ribbed. My family is notorious for that. I mean, that's why Ty fit in. You are getting ribbed. You're not leaving the house like that. Nobody's gonna say it to you nicely. What are you thinking? You're gonna get that question. That you look a hot mess is also what's going to be said. To
right.
You.
Y'all be like, what are those?
What are those?
You won't make it.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Because Tiffany was like, yeah, we may not say the truth, but we ain't gonna let you walk out the house.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna tell. I try to be gentle. I just, I'm not gonna be like, you look a mess.
not to my friend, especially you got to know who the person is.
Exactly,
if Tyra put on something crazy, I'm gonna be like, you look like a whole fool.
Yeah.
But if somebody like, it just depends on the person.
It does. Like I'm more gentle like you, Tiff, but I'm just saying, like I'm gonna be my sisters will like they would rock. You getting rocked.
So the response, the normal response is, I don't think I could wear them, but they look good on.
I don't even think I could get that out of my mouth. That they look good on you. I couldn't even get that out of my mouth.
Wait.
I don't think I could wear them. They might not look good on me, but you do you. That's what they say. They're like,
we just gonna walk past the fact that Mike said he can't get that in his mouth.
At this point, Ty, y'all need like a pause like screen. So when somebody say something crazy, like Mike was talking about wood earlier, that's when y'all need a pause.
I got you, Toya. Next season we got a fall tree.
It's too cold out there for you, Mike. You might need some heat.
I got heat.
You got heat.
He got fire.
That's why he was talking about the wood.
All you need is some chestnuts.
You need some chin nuts.
Hey, grow up, y'all. Grow up, y'all. So y'all so damn immature. Grow up.
You started it. You pointed it out.
Right.
That's true. You went back to it. We was on to something else.
Because Donnell's faces, y'all understand, ladies, y'all watch the show. Y'all ever watch Donnell's faces during the show? Donnell makes the most faces out of anybody I know. He'll look up.
You don't have to say anything, Donnell.
He might make a face, but he not gonna say nothing crazy.
Who?
That's why he's Mr. Reasonable.
We've called him sometimes.
No, man, you were on earlier when he said he wasn't going to be reasonable tonight since we're on. So don't pump him up.
I was pump faking.
Well, okay. Daniel, listen, you are too old for. Don't peer pressure. Be yourself.
What she
yourself.
Said.
Don't let me make you disrespectful.
She the one who gave you that name right there, Mr. Reasonable.
That's right.
Hey, hold up, Ty. We not doing that. We not here for that.
Okay, Mr. Reasonable. I got you.
See, Toya, see, Tiffany, we shut it down.
But that's Fort Wash, so
that's that whole Fort Wash connection. That they from the same community anyway.
Period.
Let's next commercial. I'm done with that.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demeter Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demeter Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
I be watching close because it's happened way too often.
It's happened before, right? It's happened before. We was in the middle of the daggone what's the name, and all of a sudden it just I don't know what's going on. It just jumped to the women. It jumped. There we go. How about we go back to that? That was a whole nother situation.
That's why
I be looking. I be like focused on these commercials. These second commercials. I be focused.
it was like 2 episodes ago. John was like, the commercials is not playing. Meanwhile, we all sitting there bopping and doing who knows what else. All right, last commercial. We're gonna forget that. We got to get the commercials right. That's how y'all know we're coming back from daggone break and everything. Anyway, welcome back, Millionaire Man Cave Relationship Entertainment Television Women's Takeover Edition, y'all. Women's Takeover Edition. Y'all know we normally don't do women on Millionaire Man Cave for obvious reasons, because it's Millionaire Man Cave, not
because it's Man Cave. Yeah.
Exactly. If they want their own show, they can get their own damn show. Speaking of their own show, like Toya said, that's actually the reason why it popped up. Women's Champ is coming back to Relationship Entertainment Television starting this January. Yeah. So we are excited to have Latoya back.
Yeah.
Speaking to women, doing positive things. I don't know if she want to give a sneak preview about what she got coming up next year, next season, but yeah, we're excited.
You know, let me tell you this. I'm happy to partner with a Black-owned network that I just know is going to continue to grow. And you know, again, you know, you guys know my personality. All joke, you know, I talk crazy to Ty all the time. But to see what he is doing, and honestly, I want people to know that it was Ty that saw something in me that I did not necessarily see in myself, which caused me to start doing the Women's Champ show. During the pandemic, I was talking to, you know, family members and other really close friends, and we were just talking about what we were doing during that time. And I thought that the information that they were giving me was valuable information. I felt like other people should hear it. So for the first time, I went live on Instagram. I was super nervous. And Ty, I'm gonna say this about you: is I love that you support women and you show that. And so Ty reached out to me and he said, you know, Toya, I feel like you could do a show. And I'll be honest with you, I was not too excited about it. I was very nervous, but the response was amazing. Like the topics that I just believe that God drops in my spirit to share with others.
Hey.
You got it. I do talk crazy.
I was gonna say I gotta agree with that one.
all the time. But Ty talk crazy to me. But anyway, it blossomed, and I am so grateful because also, let me finish my sentence. I'm just grateful for that because it pushed me out of my comfort zone. And again, you know, we have serious topics. We have topics that are hilarious. At times I invite men on. So just know that there will be some invitations going out to the guys. And I'm a woman's woman. I am a champion for women. And I'm excited to be back. And I also have someone that is committed from South Africa to actually be on the show. So I'm excited about that. She has her own restaurant and we had an opportunity to eat there. And while we were there, I was just like, hey, I like to interview women from time to time. Would you mind coming on? She said, I would love to. She said, I love connecting with people. So my job is to be what, Ty?
An asshole. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, a connector. She's the people.
You see what I'm saying?
Connects people.
What is a connector?
Oh, now look at Mr. Reasonable being unreasonable, but okay. Since you want this to be a teachable moment. But anyway, no, but
peer
let me tell
pressure,
you all,
peer pressure.
Like on a serious note, one thing that I'm never a hater. And if there's anything that, like, honestly, I don't know what either of you do professionally outside of Ty on this show. I can't hear somebody saying that they need something, or I'm talking to people that I'm like, hey, look, you may be good at having your own show, a cooking show, or what have you. Ty mentioned it earlier. Me and Ty sitting there talking to the chef, and I'm like, Ty, you can have a cooking show aired from South Africa. So my job is to make connections with other people, not just women, but men as well. So I'm looking forward to coming back. We're gonna have some awesome topics. So please tune in.
Woohoo!
Really excited to have Women's Champ back on Relationship Entertainment Television, doing the thing. But it is Women's Takeover, y'all. Y'all know what this time of the night it is. We usually get into question of the week, where y'all can send in your questions. Please, y'all send in your questions. You can send them into info@re-tv.net, info@re-tv.net. You can do video questions. You can send in text questions, all that good stuff for question of the week. But tonight, I think we just got regular conversation. We're just going to have some regular conversation. Somebody did, before I lie, somebody did send me a question earlier. They wanted to be anonymous. Y'all know how I feel about anonymous stuff, people, and all that good stuff, but they wanted to be anonymous. So here was the question. Oh, here it goes. So they said they was going down the Passport Bros rabbit hole on TikTok. I don't know if y'all know what the Passport Bros is on TikTok. But they
I know what Bang Bros is.
You would know what Bang Bros is.
Ooh, boy.
Do the women know? No, never mind. Because they probably do. But the question was, why do men really get married?
Oh.
And then they want to know in reverse, why do women really get married?
Okay.
So that may not. It is a great opportunity because we got both men and women on the show, but they want to know, why do men get married, and then why do women get married? So, and for those who don't know, because I ain't gonna lie, I did have to look it up, and I think, babe, we were talking about this last week. I didn't know it was called the Passport Bros or whatever, but there are people who actually go to other countries, and y'all can look it up for those who are on TikTok or on wherever else. There are not people, there are men specifically that go to other countries just to have sex with women in other countries.
Oh,
right. So there are countries like Brazil and Africa and things
Dominican
like that.
Republic.
Dominican. See, should we even ask how you know, Donnell?
You would know. My heart is broken. I'm shocked tonight.
Broken? Damn.
I mean, not like that, but like, my goodness.
I got the homies do it, not me.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you hear, going all the way back to how Stella got her groove back, right?
Okay.
Like,
Mr. PC.
That wasn't her intention.
Wait. Did y'all see his name on the bottom of the screen?
Y'all play too much. Why did I get married? Oh my god.
But the point of it is that might have been the point of the movie, but that was the point people took away from the movie, and they ended up all the women started going to Jamaica looking for their own, getting their groove back.
This is the part that I don't like, and that connotation being out there, especially because men do take those kind of trips specifically for that. Women, and I'm not going to say all because it's not all on either gender, but I know that I've had conversation with people that, and even people I've been involved in, like, oh, you went to Jamaica alone, huh? Oh, I know what you went for. Like, that's not what I went for. Like, anytime a woman says she going somewhere solo by herself, she ain't really going by herself. Like, what is wrong with y'all? We going for peace. Peace.
Are you going for a piece?
A piece? Peace or a piece?
Which one is it? Because I know some women that have gone places out of the country for a piece.
They got flued out.
Let me tell you, sometimes
if I go all the way out the country for a piece, then I would, like somebody just said, I would have gotten flued out. I'm not gonna go all the way to another country for a piece of something I could get here. What?
Like, just for that? No. If you just happen to meet your spouse there, then that's another conversation.
Right. Yeah, that's like a rarity, like a 1 in a million, right, Toya?
Right. And I'm the one.
Hey, hallelujah.
You know what? So I guess the person's question was, why do men get married? I mean, I'll say I got married for companionship. I ain't want to be alone as I got older. I mean that is my and to be completely honest with you, I wanted some in-house tail. Like I didn't want to go chasing tail chasing tail every
And
5 minutes.
I was gonna say that I think that both men and women get married for the same reason, security. But my security might be different than your security.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Every man and woman gets married for security, but the security that we need are different things. But it's all for security.
Okay.
Guys, y'all agree with that?
I agree with Ty with the companionship thing. I got married because I realized at the time that the girl I was dating was going to be the perfect companion for me for years to come, and so I decided to go on and tie that knot, and make sure that I could keep her. So,
But can't you have companionship without getting married?
Absolutely.
See, so we go back to that. I feel like personally, this is my opinion, that if you're not married, it gives you an out. It always gives
Absolutely.
you an out. And so, is that companionship really permanent if you're not married?
Well, hell, it ain't permanent even if you are married.
Right.
It's a couple of us.
It's not, but you have
Some of y'all know.
But
I mean,
a
it's
lot
a
of
few
people
of us
feel that way. A lot of people feel that way.
a couple times, and
Yeah.
it's you can get out of it either way, unfortunately, but definitely when you get married, you got to go through a whole lot more rigmarole than to just
Right.
get up and leave one day. So,
Right.
while I say I agree, like marriage is definitely not for everybody, and I respect what everybody wants. So, can you have companionship without marriage? Yeah, you can. But there's no greater covenant than marriage. And so whether I even though I know I can have companionship without marriage, that doesn't make me not want marriage. I still want it.
So this is what I'm thinking. You have different people. Period. You have people that are not going to complete that companionship, whether they're married or not. But I believe, and this is the optimistic side of me. I believe that there are more people that will hold to that covenant and hold to that promise of being married, that will work towards staying married, versus just jumping out of it. So
Right.
that's how I feel about it.
Mike, I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because I feel like you gotta know. No, I just feel like truly you have to know the person that you with, right? Because some people are willing to jump into something, feeling ultimately that they can jump in and out of a situation very easily. There's no and that's why it's super important to know the person that you're with, right? So the reason why I got married is because I felt like when I met my wife, the time we was just talking, I felt like she was someone that I could build with, someone who I knew I wanted a family. I knew I wanted to have kids. I knew I wanted that to be part of my future. And I felt like my wife was someone who I could build with. Like I knew she wasn't perfect. I knew I wasn't perfect. I mean, but I knew that we could work together towards something. And at the time, that doesn't mean that she's always this way, but at the time, I felt like she would be willing to do the work that it takes to be in a relationship. And I'm not saying that she doesn't. She is still doing that work, but you don't always know whether the person that you're with is willing to do that work, because remember, people put out their representative at first, right?
Yeah, right.
So.
I can see that point.
Ladies. I don't know, Donnell. Why did you get because everybody else answered.
I don't have nothing for you.
Mr. Reasonable. You wanna know why you got married? his wife must be in the room threatening him.
Giving them the
Don't be
eye.
putting our
Like,
business out
that
there.
question. You better not answer.
Give
Ladies,
us a reasonable response.
ladies, so why did y'all get married then? Don't
I
all
got
speak.
married
Nobody-
because you put
yeah.
that ring
Ooh,
on me,
it is
and
quiet as
I wasn't
hell.
going nowhere else. How about that?
You know, I'll go. I'm so sorry because I didn't. It's like a little delay on my part. I thought Tiff was about to start talking. I didn't want to talk over her, but
oh no, you good. The newest first, so you're the most newlywed. Why did you get married?
yeah, second time around. I want to point that out there. But I will tell you this: I'm big on partnership, and I personally don't believe that God had us on this earth to be alone. I don't believe that, and we have to create with the opposite sex. And that's not just my reason for getting married, but partnership was very important to me, and I'm into team building, and I like to be able to. I like the idea or the thought of knowing that I can build something with someone. Like we can start from here, and we just keep building. And I've been married to my husband now for 1 year, thank God. Yeah, thank God. 1 year.
Hey.
It's gone. Things have moved quick. It moved quickly for us, but we've been able to accomplish a lot within that time. And I'm grateful to God that we have a business together. You know, that we're able to work together. And so for me, it's definitely partnership. Um, and then you have this other person that lets you know that your life matters. At the end of the day, we all want our lives to matter. And children grow up. And I, you know, at one point I thought I was going to be a mother hen because of what I experienced before. So honestly, when I met my spouse, I was out of the country, guys. So I didn't go there for some passport heavy stuff. I was out of the country and not interested.
You got flued out.
That's where hold on, what you say?
You got flued out.
Ty, can I finish talking about the fact, the seriousness?
Have the screen, Toya. My bad. Let me take over. Have the screen. You got it.
No, you want somebody there that helps to validate your existence. Otherwise, why are we here? Like, I don't want to be out with women all the time. I love ladies. But when I go home, if I had a night out with my friends or whatever, and that's not even something I really do, I'm here for partnership. I wanted somebody that could be my homie, my lover, and my friend. Seriously.
R. Kelly.
And that's
we don't quote R. Kelly around here.
Don't bring up R. Don't bring him up, please.
He released the whole album last
A whole
week.
nother album.
Come
on, I admit it. I admit it. Is that anyway? That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. My bad, Toya. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
But I love. You know what, Toya? I love that. I appreciate that. I
validate.
I congratulate you on 1 year of being married. Many more to come. I hope for you guys. I mean, I think people forget like that it's marriage is work, and the two people have to be able to work together. Like it is a partnership.
Have to want to work together.
They have to want to work together. Absolutely.
You absolutely.
Because if you don't, like
it's
I
a
said,
choice. It's literally a choice every day.
Well, as Toya said, this is a second marriage for us. For several of us, and like it's a choice to actually do that. I ain't gonna lie. My father asked me, "What the hell was I thinking? Why the hell was I choosing to do it again? Was I stupid, crazy, or retarded?" And I told him I was none of the above.
You told him he was what?
Stupid, crazy, or retarded. But it had nothing to do.
You said something different.
No, he said stupid, crazy, or
retarded.
That's
what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah. He asked me if I was.
And if you know my uncle, that's what he said.
Right. It had nothing to do with my wife. It had nothing to do with Cody. It's just the fact that he was just like, "Yo, why would you, you would do this again? Really? Like, why? Like, you ain't learning your first."
People have been, and
can I tell you this?
People. Oh, I was just gonna say you got those people who got those experiences, unfortunately, that they are just like, what in the world would you ever be thinking? Why would you do such a thing? Why would you put yourself through such torture? And they look at it so negatively. And that's disheartening to me because I don't care. One thing, people can look at things at different ways, people who are willing to try and try again. And I choose to look at it in a positive way, that I am not so jaded by life and relationships and poor experiences that I'm just like, forget it, I'll never do it again. No, it's all a learning lesson. And so some people out here have been through some stuff where they like just are completely negative about the whole thing. But then you have some people who are completely positive about the whole thing. And then you have some people like us that's in the middle that's like realistic about the whole thing. You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting about what you guys are saying? I know several of you all are on your second.
You keep bringing up old stuff, John.
No. This is not. This is purposeful. I'm bringing it up purposefully, right? Like, because I have said many times, like, I will never do this again. Like, if things don't work out with my wife, I don't think I will do it again. To hear you all say that, you know what I'm saying, essentially don't give up, for lack of a better way to put it, is what I'm hearing in some way, shape, or form. Is, I hope to never get to that point. Right? I hope things stay in the route that they're going now, for sure. But at the same time, like, knowing that the reality of it is that you can't say, hey, throw your hands up and say, you know what, fuck it, it ain't gonna work. Like, I can't do this again. But I know that sometimes I feel that way. I was like, if this don't work out, and I never go into it with the idea of, if this don't work out, but at the same time, it's like, if something were to go wrong, like, I'm not doing this again. I can't imagine starting over. But it's good to know that, like, people are out there working through it. I mean, I'm getting a little older now. I'm a little grayer. Like, I don't know what it look like.
A little.
Hey, come on now! Don't do that! Don't do that!
So John, you gonna be a whole out there in the streets if you decide to get divorced?
No.
Don't trip John up. Don't do that. Don't do that. John is.
I'm just saying,
it's Christmas time.
I mean, what are we on earth for if we're not gonna try again?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, part of living to me is experience. But John, don't get me wrong. After the first one, and then going into something else that just wasn't favorable, I was honestly at a point where I had told myself I was pretty much just gonna be Mother Teresa, and I'm not lying. That's where I was like, I'm about to be Mother Teresa. But then Tiffany said something earlier that makes sense. She said we got to be realistic. I am not made to be celibate.
Period.
That's not my testimony. I commend people that have been. I've gone moments where it was a long spell, but I was just like, let's be realistic, Toya.
Period.
We got to remember, too, no two people are alike.
But some of us are married and are still celibate.
That is it. You know what?
That's a different conversation.
I'm a woman. That would be a miserable life.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, sometimes people get married. You think you got what Ty said. What did you say, Ty? You said, like, have it in-house. Sometimes you think you got it. You got it in-house, and next thing you know, you ain't getting it in the house, out the house.
Let me tell you something. You need to be attracted to your spouse. And I mean super attracted to your spouse.
Right.
And I know for me, there's a lot of cool dudes, but I'm not attracted to you. That's you. You can have like these people, this passport thing. You can go out and have sex with whomever. That's not meaningful to me. The fact that I'm giving you my body, because we're gonna take this to a deeper level. There's a difference between making love and just straight having sex. And I don't have to even say that phrase. There's a difference. Now, I didn't know that I had that capability until I got older. But I don't want to just be somebody out here sleeping with random people when I have this itch or this urge. That's not meaningful to me. The fact that I'm telling you I'm going to commit my life, my body solely to you, that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I can dig it.
So when I said in my vows, you can go back and watch the video. I told my husband I was gonna get on his nerves. I wasn't kidding. I said I'm
Check
gonna
the
push
video.
you.
So do women
Check.
cheat?
Do women cheat? Look, where are you coming? What are we talking about here? Yes,
Do that?
women
Of
do.
course, women cheat. We're human. Everyone has the capability. I'll say it this way:
Because
everyone has the
it was said
capability
that
of.
men don't cheat. So I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, they
That's all.
said black men don't cheat, not black men
Yes,
don't cheat.
it's the difference. Black
Black
men.
Let me
men.
tell you
Black
something.
men.
That is a
Who said that?
bold-faced lie because I've only been with black men.
Right.
And
Unlike
you
some
hear
of
me?
y'all, but we ain't gonna go there.
And my cheat meter is, you hear? Anyway.
It's our cheat
Yeah.
meter.
Oh shoot.
Nah, I only
Oh,
say
we
that.
lost Toya.
No, she's still there. She's in pictures gone away. Go ahead, Dunnan.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Like I hear you, Toy, and I think that that's probably the intent in the beginning, but you know what I'm saying? Like stuff happens, you know what I mean? And I just feel like, you know, at that point, like why stay married? You know what I mean?
No, stuff
Yeah.
just don't
That's
happen.
true.
Sometimes it
just
Well, I
does.
didn't want to say stuff,
Sometimes.
but you get what I'm saying.
I
Sometimes.
mean,
You can't trip and fall in it.
but nothing
did I
is
tell you?
overnight.
But no,
Nothing is
crazy.
in the
What
snap
Mike?
of a
What? Not
finger.
no. Ty, what did I tell you before? Y'all need to have us on your show a bit more often
Wait.
because you all have just brought up at least like 6 different topics.
Write them down. Write them down.
Wait,
I
who
said it
said you-
before, Toya.
who
Once a
said you
month.
can't
Once a
trip and
month, they
fall
need
in
us
it?
to shake this table.
I,
Once a
I,
month, they
I,
need us.
I'm not saying it's not important to have these conversations. What I am saying to you is that there are some women out there who just don't give a F. Okay.
True.
Well, not even that, John. Not even that.
Men
You know
too.
what I'm saying? There's a
Men
lot of
too.
women out here are just so passionate about exactly what Toya just said. On one hand, and then on the other hand, it's like, you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I just don't understand that.
Can I tell you something? The thing is, I think it's kind of hard for some people to be honest, number one, with themselves. So how in the world can they be honest with their partner? And I can tell you all there's something that I said honestly in my first marriage, and I meant what I said. I told my former husband, I said, I will leave you before I cheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I am at that place as a woman, I am already gone. And y'all know this. Don't play cute.
We've talked about it. Yeah, we've talked
I ain't gonna lie. I actually would like to continue to have this conversation. I know we're getting close to the end of the show. I would love to know what leads a woman to cheat.
Oh, you can have me back on
I
that
wanna know.
Conversation. Right. We can have that conversation real
I'm about to say, I would like to know loyalty versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can one be loyal, but, you know, do so much or flirt behind the scene? And what is that boundary?
Well, it sounded like somebody has an
But you
issue with
talking
their
about
moral.
someone-
No, I mean,
that
I'm
could
just,
be
I'm just
their
saying, just in general.
No, I think that people need to set boundaries. And some couples, it's okay. Some people come from relationships where they cool with each other flirting. I'm not her. Because here's my thing. If you feel like you can go out and do it, I want to know if you're going to be that comfortable with me doing that with a man. Okay. So if we have not had a conversation about it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, this is why counseling, premarital counseling, and ongoing counseling is important.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
No, I think Cody calls it what's your marriage maintenance?
Yep.
Ongoing counseling. Yeah.
Yeah, you need that because there's something missing. And Donnell, the truth of the matter is there are women out here like that. Like as the women's champ, I'm not just gonna sit up there and put us up here. I wouldn't do that. I pose questions to men because I really want to understand you all a bit more. That's why I ask questions.
Yeah.
Not to go back and forth, which we do, and it's cool. But it sounds like there's a void there because I should, and the thing is, I don't think we should put so much pressure on our mate to feel everything there. That's just, I think that is
not realistic.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
Right.
No.
So you have to be honest with yourself. If I'm lacking something, I need to come to terms with that. So people need to be self-aware.
I need to come to terms with that so then I could communicate that to my spouse. If I don't know what's going on, how can I expect my spouse to know what's
Right.
going on with me?
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
True.
And I mean the same thing goes
Self-reflection.
for it. Not only knowing what's going on, but what makes, like, beyond that, just to that effect, what makes you happy? Like, you have to be happy with yourself before you
Right.
can't expect somebody else
Absolutely.
to be the key
Yes.
to your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you're not happy, if you're not content, if you're not able to if you don't know what you want, you can't expect somebody else to be that for you. Like that is, anyway, that's a lot. And we
That's
got
very
like,
important. No, that's very important. That's
Unpack that.
really, really, really
Yeah,
important.
that's really
That's
important.
an unreasonable
That's why I like,
expectation.
you know, you hear these stories. I love relationships where you had two whole, full, fulfilled people who just happen to, like, like Toya said, she went on vacation. She wasn't looking for something specific. She wasn't searching for anything specific. But it just happened. And I just think I don't know, I just think that relationships are more meaningful when you have two people who are already without a partner in their life, just fulfilled, just enjoying life, and just happy no matter what. And then they happen to bump into each other and fall in love, rather, or whereas you have people who are literally desperate and lonely and searching, and they are just grabbing at
But let's be
every
real.
single
But let's be
little
real though, Tiffany.
whatever.
It's
Let's be
real.
real.
No, that is real.
That is real. But let's be real. How many people, when you get married, are you getting married for these reasons? Most people are getting married because I didn't have a child with this dude, or I'm getting married because
Right,
she
right,
looked banging. And I mean,
right,
like when you young, like I got married at 20. So, I wasn't marrying for the fact that I knew that I had my shit together. I knew she had her shit together, and this is that and the third, so on and so forth. Yes, we had a child out of, we got, well, my ex-wife got pregnant out of wedlock, but that wasn't the reason we got married. But that is
right,
that is a reason a lot of people get married.
right,
I mean,
right.
let's be honest, y'all, that was a part of the reason why y'all got married.
John, ain't nobody asked you.
Whether you know, I'm saying, and I don't know, Ty, I wasn't
No, you're
there.
right.
I
You're
wasn't.
right. That is a part of the
You know what
reason.
I'm saying?
You're right.
But once people put those extra things into the relationship, once you have made that happen, like, you start to think, well, I want to do right by this woman or the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, or my children. And so you, like, have these extra expectations that come along with that I believe, and this is why I believe it is so important that people be very, very honest with themselves about what they are and are not willing to deal with in a relationship, is that you need to be very careful. Like, there's ways that you can be careful in a relationship. Like, you don't have to have kids before you get married. You know what I'm saying? You can, and I get it. Situations happen, things come up. You know what I'm saying? You get in heat in the moment, all that kind of good stuff. But you got to think about, like, are you having sex with this person? What are the ramifications? Like, what is the end result? Like, is this a person you want to
Ain't nobody
possibly
thinking
make?
about that, John.
You better. You know what? If I didn't, I swear to God, if I didn't think about that, I could have had several kids with several women and been in some bad situations right
So
now.
John was a whore in them streets. John was a whore in them
It
streets.
wasn't about being a hole in the street, but
Don't necessarily have to be
it was
bad,
enough
John. You
bad
can be Nick Cannon.
situations that I could be in a very bad situation
Shit,
right
P
now.
Diddy
Like,
now.
P
you know what I'm
Diddy,
saying?
Nick
Like,
Cannon, Kiki
I would
Wyatt.
like to know. This is something that I've thought about, and it was actually mentioned earlier in this show, and it is truly not to call anybody out, but it's just something that I've thought about. How many men get married solely because they are looking at that woman like, this is my woman. I want to be with her for the rest of my life. I want to marry her. Something that doesn't have anything to do with either a baby or to keep her. Like, there's a difference between you getting married because you wanted to get married, or you getting married because you feel like if you don't marry her, she's out. and you're going to lose her.
I never felt that way with my wife, but I will tell you this.
Okay.
That is also part of the issue that comes along with women giving men ultimatums.
Okay.
Okay.
When women give men ultimatums in relationship, like either you need to marry me or I'm out, like, damn, he like, well, damn.
What do I
I
do?
mean,
I got
what
no
I'm
choice
supposed to
at
do?
this point.
All right.
But why is it not looked at is that she's expressing what it is that she needs for her? That don't mean to lie and to change what it is that you need for you just because she's saying, I want to be married. If you don't really feel that way, like, be honest. Don't just be like, all right, well, let me leave her. Let me marry her because she gonna leave me. Like, she out. Like,
but think about this part of it, Tiffany. The fact that you have to say that to him means you should just walk away.
True.
If you have to give him the ultimatum, then you've already decided that this man is not going to do it unless I force his hand.
I agree with that in a sense.
And a man,
I agree with that in a sense, and I'm not going to say all the way just because we think so different. Because we think so different, and it might not even. I mean, like, I even had a situation earlier where, like, a situation happened, and I looked at it in a certain way, and he looked at it like, seriously, you really don't like. So I say that to mean like we might just be viewing things differently. And so it's like, if I were to say that, it's not that, like, because if I, like you said, if I have to give somebody an ultimatum, I'm like, I might as well just be done. But if I'm communicating like, wait a minute, we're going on this certain path, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm moving toward, and what I think we're moving toward, but you might think that we just cool, we good right here. It could just be a difference in perception of where they are at the moment. Is my thought.
Okay.
Men and women think differently. I mean, men could just be happy as a bug in a rug. Like, oh, I'm happy, we good, we do this, we do that. And a woman is thinking way further, where he's living in now. He's feeling good right now, and we thinking about later.
Yeah.
Very good one. Very good one. Yo, so question right quick. Before I don't want to assume anything, but we are past the 9:30 hour. Usually Millionaire Man Cave is on 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 p.m. Eastern each and every Tuesday on Relationship Entertainment Television. But this is the season
8
finale.
p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern.
What I say?
8:30.
8 p.m. Well, your ass ain't show up to 9, so
it was 8:40. It was 8:40.
And you actually, so you did anyway. This is the women's takeover edition. So usually during the women's takeover edition, we actually do go a lot longer. We usually do for the show,
just for the women.
Like, if we taking over, why weren't we able to ask the question?
So that's what I was getting to. So my point is, if y'all don't mind, we can extend the episode a little bit, so that way you can ask your question. If that's okay with everybody on the air. If it is, we good. We good.
It's fine with me.
It's commercial quick, and now we got a lot of ladies to ask the question.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Okay.
Y'all need to be ready at all times when these commercials. Why am I the only one?
When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Right, exactly. I'm always ready. I'm like sitting here like, is this going to work?
I'm not, but that's okay.
Is this one going to work? Because...
I can hear y'all doing the
commercial. It is what it is. I said quick commercial, so we're gonna back at you, Millionaire Man Cave Women's Takeover Edition.
Right back at you.
Right back at you, times 2.
Did we get a half a
Women-
commercial? Was that a half a commercial? Was
You know
that...
what? That's because, like my man P said, we got all the commercials and plugs in already for him. So don't forget, you can follow Narada _ limited on IG because we wearing the hats with the women's takeover. So, ladies, y'all said y'all got questions. Toya, I think you had a question.
I do. So we had this conversation while we were in South Africa. And my question to men is that I wonder, how much do you all really challenge one another when you spend so much time together? And this is something that I said to the group. I said that I believe that men like to hang around each other a lot more than women like to hang out with each other a lot more. Okay, I don't care about them faces, but it's the truth. You all can sit with one another for hours on end. And I just wonder, in that time, are you all challenging one another as men? Do you ask real questions that will challenge your friend or your brother? And I'm saying this because as a woman, it's easier for us, and we know this, for us to talk about how we feel. So Nicole happens to be a person that I consider one of my accountability partners. So when I'm dealing with something heavy, she is somebody, and I'm telling you, y'all, if there has been times where I didn't want to talk to anybody, and Nicole has called me, and I knew I needed to pick up my phone because I was like, this is nobody but God, and it's because I needed to talk to her to get something off of my chest. How deep do you all really go with challenging one another, or is it just mostly surface stuff when men are together? Like, for me, if I feel like, again, and this could be even with relationships, but I just feel like we dig a little deeper than you all do.
Can I? I'm gonna say a couple things. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to
First,
jump in there too.
I'm gonna say I want to appreciate not being invited to South Africa, just like I wasn't invited to Vegas. Okay.
You too, John.
I don't get invited to these things. It's all good. It's all good though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
in the
got little
family and I ain't
kids.
even
I
get
can't.
invited. You see what I'm talking about?
It is what it is. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. You know what I'm saying?
John won't let the Vegas thing go either.
I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna live. But I had to put that out there first. Secondly, I'm gonna say this. I personally, I don't particularly like people that much. Okay, so I don't spend a lot of time around people. Okay, I'm a loner. My wife would say that I am a loner. It's not 100% true. My job is to talk to people all day. I just like to decompress, and the way I decompress is, I don't spend a lot of time around people. But when I do spend a lot of time around people, when I do spend time around these guys or around other guys, the idea for me is to have a situation that is as low stress as possible. And because I live in a high stress world as a Black man, as someone who works in not necessarily corporate America, I work in education, but I am a school administrator. So I deal with a lot. I work in a PWI, if you will. I deal with a lot of different things. I don't want to have accountability conversations at every turn. Okay. What I want is an opportunity to have a no nonsense conversation where I can laugh, where I can feel comfortable being myself, where I don't have to worry about someone like saying to me, but John, you should really think about this. I get enough of that. Okay. So what I really want when I am chilling with the guys, which is very rare because I like these guys, but I don't love these guys that much. I'm just
really. That's how you feel.
I love you. No,
Hey,
I do.
You wonder about Vegas.
I do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get invited. But the truth of the matter is that it I would prefer. I enjoy when it is not about spending a lot of time holding each other accountable. When we can laugh.
But I mean, it's not at every turn, but
Yeah,
ever.
not every turn, John.
I mean,
like
we
ever.
do, we have a group
So,
text that goes on where we, you know what I'm saying, we go back and forth about different things. Ain't nobody saying that you should be like the worst version of yourself. Like we're not doing that, but you know, but at the same time, we also let each other vent, and we know that it's just venting sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, well, you know, John, when you say things like that, you are actually hurting your relation. Like that.
I
Like, damn it,
mean,
I
and
don't
check
need
your
that.
tone.
I
Did you
don't
check
need
your
that.
No,
tone?
John,
Like,
that's where I disagree. You guys do need that because you're
I
going back
don't.
to your.
I don't need
You
that
need
But
it.
because
see,
I know that
this
to be the case.
because
Okay,
you're
I
I,
don't need
piling
that.
it
I just
and
need
you're
to be able to
stuffing
vent for
it
a moment.
I
down.
was
Okay.
just gonna
You're
say, you know
just
what I'm saying?
stuffing
Like
it down in place of the fun and the,
I don't,
I just want something light. I don't want nobody to hold me accountable. At some point, you're just stuffing it.
but
But
I don't think that I hold any of my homies accountable for, you know what I'm saying, something I might be venting about. I feel like, you know, the guys that I personally surround myself around, if I give them a tidbit, they're not necessarily holding me accountable, but they are absolutely going to give me a different perspective.
mm.
Mm.
And
And what
I
I choose to do with it, you know what I'm saying, is something totally different.
Where's the
Okay.
accountability? Like, we would need more time on this topic, honestly, because the reason why I'm asking this question seriously is that, and y'all know, I don't hide the fact that I am for our people.
And depending on
What?
what it is, Toy, I mean, you know what I'm saying, giving them my version of it doesn't necessarily hold true. You know what I mean? Like, just because I give them something and they give me like this whole accountability speech, that doesn't necessarily mean that is that's what it is, or you know what I'm saying, it's gonna work.
Right. Right.
We're not saying. I'm not saying that. To me, it's the if you guys are around each other so much, and again, this is just what I've observed about men. Honestly, men seem to be more excited to be around each other. Y'all talk to each other more than some women do. I've seen this in groups of men, like more than one group of men, where I'm just like, y'all communicate every week. I don't talk to Nicole every week, and love her to smithereens.
So there's no
But when
group
we do talk,
no
like
But
I'm not saying it.
please,
I
I'm
just will
sorry, what you say,
say
Ty?
it's less, it sounds like it's just less stressful to talk to other men and be happy in that space.
Right. Like literally, I'm going to invite these guys. I know Ty and Mike might not come. I don't know, but me and Donnell might get together and just have cigars and chat and drink, and we don't have to. It don't have to be about nothing. Like we don't have to talk about nothing. Like we could talk about stuff, but it don't have to be about nothing. Like,
Mm.
and we'll be okay. Me
much ado about nothing.
and honestly, I didn't know Donnell before this podcast. But you know what? I like Donnell. And I can hang out with Donnell and we can drink, we can smoke cigars, and we can talk about nothing. And I'll be okay. And we can come back to
So
the next day and be okay. And you know what? I don't need Donnell to hold me accountable for anything because I got enough people trying to hold me accountable for stuff. If he wants to, then I'll tell him, I was like, Don, let's have another cigar. Let's drink. We'll talk about that again
and
later.
we can unpack that. Yeah.
We can unpack that.
That's what I was gonna say. I wanted to chime in and just be like
And by the way,
you
Mike
know,
and Ty, if y'all ever decide y'all want to come up here, we can do that then too.
yes,
All
sir.
everybody.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. But I did want to say that I, unlike Toya, I have not come across that men camaraderie, their camaraderie with other men is more than women. I've come across the fact, or I've come across rather that it's been the other way around.
I thought so
Women
too.
spend more time with other women than men do. Men usually don't like to always be in the confines of other men. Just period.
Why
Um,
though?
I found some men who absolutely do, as Toya mentioned, who always they jump up, they go with their boys here, there, whatever. They're excited to do
Mhm.
it, yada yada yada. When it comes to their woman, it's like pulling teeth. It's like, wait, what are you
mm,
wait?
Wait, so when it
I
comes
would,
I
I would
haven't I
question
haven't
it.
come across that personally,
I, I,
but
I I would I would say that you have to be very aware of like what the the situation is because honestly, when we deal with our women, when we deal with the women in our lives, there's always, not always, there's sometimes additional responsibility that comes along with that. When we are dealing with other men that we know, it's not about responsibility. It's not about accountability necessarily. It's about like it's about unpacking. It's about decompression. It's about opportunity to like just be in the moment.
Right.
There's no questions asked. There's no honey-do list.
None.
There's none of that that comes
Hey,
along
there's
with
no
that.
what we gotta
I
do
think
tomorrow.
that then
There's no what
goes
we gotta do next
into
week. There's no
I
planning.
think that goes into how many men feel like their wife or their woman or their partner is their friend.
But you can still feel like your wife is your friend, but also know that you, as a friend, as a wife, as a friend, as a partner, we have things that we have to accomplish in that relationship. If I am talking to Ty, who, by the way, Ty is a friend through my wife, right?
Right.
Like in the conversations I have with, like at this point, my wife like is disappointed because Ty and I are probably closer friends than she and Ty are in terms of
So she told
conversation.
you that too, huh? She's like, did she talk
Why,
to my
baby, he done
husband
took your
now?
friend. He done
but
took
but
my
it's
friend.
because it's just a different kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
Right.
developed over years. Like it took me, and again, Ty knows. Like I'm not really the type of person that like goes out and like meets a lot of people or whatever.
John
It
is
takes
not a people
people.
person.
I'm not a people person.
He's
But
not.
it's but when I do connect with people, it's with the understanding that I don't have any ulterior motives for that person. I don't need anything
So
from that person. Like Mike,
right.
Donnell, I don't need anything from those people. Right? You know what I'm saying? When I have conversations with them, it is purely for enjoyment of the conversation. And when that
Yes.
conversation is over, it's over.
Yeah.
Like they
But
don't need
then there's
anything
no
from me. I don't need anything from
unpacking,
them.
John.
Yeah, so where does the
So
unpacking and the
There's no unpacking.
decompressing?
You're right. I don't need to
so
unpack.
here, look,
I
look,
don't
look,
always need to
look.
unpack.
So we when we get together, it's an outlet. You know, when most men get together with other men, it's an outlet. It's a way to just kick back and be unresponsible. You know,
To a certain
for
degree. To a
everything.
certain degree.
Yeah, to a certain degree. So what
Okay.
I've come across in my experiences is if the man himself brings up a situation, then we unpack it. But if the man doesn't bring up that situation, we're not going to.
And to piggyback off that, Mike, I will say this, and I think not just men, but everybody has this. You have individual circles for a reason. Like, so I have a circle of guys that I can talk to where if I need to unpack stuff or be held accountable, then that's the group that I go to for those type of conversations. And then I also have a group of guys where I can just sit back and just shoot the shit and be okay and like think nothing else of it. So I really think it just depends on what group of guys that we're talking to at the time or at the moment. It may not be the same group. And maybe to you, Toya, it may appear to be we're talking to the same group each and every time, but there may be a group in which we're talking to and it's just, some group of guys who I can hold accountable, group of guys I can network with, a group of guys where I can just, chill back and, smoke or whatever, do whatever with. That's the way that I see it. I might
By
me personally.
the way, when guys go to the barbershop, them ain't guys who you expecting to hold accountable. Ain't nobody at the barbershop gonna hold you accountable. I don't go to the barbershop because it's an ignorance at the barbershop. I'm not saying anything bad about the black barbershop. There's great components to it. Okay, I cut my own hair for better or for worse. But
hey, I used to be a barber, John. I used to be a barber in the barbershop.
I'm just saying, when men go to the barbershop, ain't no accountability nowhere in sight, and that's okay. It's all right.
But at the same time, even in the barbershop, if a man decides to unpack something, the guys will chime in and the guys will adhere to it. But if the man doesn't, we're not going to seek you out to unpack your shit.
And I will say that, in my opinion, is specific to relationships. usually if you're doing something that you about to jack up your life or whatever, somebody will usually step in and be like, "Yo, what you doing?" But when it comes to relationships, things like that, no, that like Mike said. I think P said something, because apparently P feels completely different. Sometimes we as men, put on the screen, sometimes we as men need another man's perspective on how to address and approach different situations with our wives that we as men may feel uncomfortable about. Point blank, period, no slight to the wives.
I
John,
mean, but I think that's a different circumstance. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're willing to share, that's one thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like if it's a situation where one may want to give it to God and be done with it, or you know what I mean, or you just right not ready to have that conversation. I mean, it gets unpacked somewhere. I mean, I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the type of dude that you know what I'm saying? Like I can talk.
Mm.
Now whether it's to my boys, you know what I'm saying? I don't give it to everybody because, not everybody is, mature enough to receive it,
Yeah.
Right.
you know.
I understand that part. What I'm saying is, and again, this could definitely be a conversation where maybe like even having couples on. I don't know. But I just feel like for men to spend so much time with one another, it's like, what conversations are you having? Like where, and I'm not saying that every time, like even with women, every time we get together, it's not, oh, what's the accountability meter today? Like that's not what we're doing.
Right.
What I'm saying is if I'm dealing with something as a woman, sometimes I need to, and of course, when you use wisdom on who you go and talk to, especially when you're married, and if it's something where there could be a situation that arises, and you just want to you want to check in with somebody else that is not going to come from a biased place.
Right.
Again, this goes back to being self-aware and having a level of maturity where I don't talk to Nicole because she's going to be on my side. I talk to Nicole because maybe there's something that I'm fighting up here, and I may not be communicating it in a way or the correct way, or I'm looking at it completely wrong, where she can come and say, Toya, no. Or Toya, yes, like you're not losing your marbles. Or Toya, no, that's the wrong approach to that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm like I'm
Okay.
if we're gonna really build, especially since you guys were talking about like why do men get married, why do women get married? If marriages aren't working for some people because they're not honest.
Yeah.
And then you're not honest with yourself, you're not honest with your spouse, and then you're going around your people and we just showing the world that we're good because of what we're doing. Where's the accountability? And
But
what I'm saying is,
I think
go Ty. I'm sorry. That's just all I want to say to that.
I just had a question right quick, but in regards
agree.
to your first statement, because you said it when you first asked the question, men are hanging out with each other so much. What group of guys because like Mike said, I don't know that many guys that literally, unless they're going golfing, as a group of guys hang out together that much, which is part of question number one. The second part of that question is maybe there is a individual, not a group of guys that he may be going to where he may say, I can go to John and be like, instead of talking to John, Mike, and Donnell, I may feel more comfortable with John and go, okay, John, what's going on? Because this is what's going on in my life. I need that ear. And it may not necessarily be held accountable, but for somebody to say, hey, Ty, you may or may not be tripping.
Yeah,
with the group of fellas.
I was just gonna say, how about a better question is how come your significant other or your spouse isn't communicating or unpacking it with the person they with versus having the whole, you know what I'm saying, the homies accountable.
Well, I'm not saying that's my issue, but you know what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure I put that out there. But what I have seen, the reason why I'm asking you all this question is that I have seen countless men that I care about not be well mentally. So it may not be that they're necessarily meeting up for coffee
Hey,
or for
hold up.
drinks.
If we dealing with a Kanye West or something like that, like I think that's, you know what I'm saying, like we all got our own issues. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's,
But
if
Danielle,
they off the deep end, like I
Danielle,
don't.
what I'm saying, so do we. What I'm saying is, we all do, of course. But what I'm saying to you is, you guys, even if y'all conversing via messenger, what have you, like through
you know, some of these different apps or what have you. You have that communication going all the time. When is it something real where it's just like we checking in, like
We
you
have
good?
we have that.
We do have it.
That's
We
what
do
I'm
have it.
saying. And it's like, and if you ask that question, are y'all being honest about it? And if so, are you accountable? Or are you cheering your boy on for his foolishness?
I think
So-
Ty made the point is that it really boils down to having the person or the people as a small group. And so you may have several guys that you go and you spend time with in different conversations, right? You may have the group of guys that you talk with that, you know, like hype you up, you know what I'm saying? Or like just listen and be like, man, I'm dealing with the same stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you have, you know, your small group of guy friends, the guys who have known you, who know you the best, who understand and will be able to say, I hear you. I know what you're going through. I know it's difficult. These are some things that you want to consider. Right. And so it feels like maybe to you all that we are just not having accountability conversations. But the reality of it is that we have different groups of guy friends, of men that we keep around us that we tap into for different moments.
We do
And
too.
those different
So when you
moments,
say, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and those different moments are important to us as well, right? So it's like if I say, you know what, I am having a hard time in this relationship right now. Like I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to stay in this relationship. Like there's one group of guy friends I'm gonna talk to about that.
Okay.
And they're gonna give me feedback on that I believe is important for me to take into consideration. But there may be another group of guys who I may say, yo, my girl is tripping. And they're gonna be like, yo, my girl's tripping too. Like shit, that means it's not just me, right? Like that make me feel that I don't expect anything from them other than confirmation that it's not just me. But there's another group of friends that I have for whom I ask that question and I expect feedback from them on what I should consider going forward. And we do that. We compartmentalize that on purpose.
Yes. So, you know, my thing was, and what jumped out to me with your statement, Toya, was, you know, hold each other accountable. When I hear that, I'm thinking to hold somebody accountable for something that they may not have brought up. You know, that we've seen, that we've witnessed, or, you know, whatever. And usually that doesn't happen. Usually, like I said, the guy has to bring it up, then we'll unpack it. But, you know, we have friends, we have sets of friends that we will, and at certain times we will. But usually when guys get together, we're just getting together to shoot shit, you know, and just kind of let loose, you know, without judgment, without, you know, without all the expectations. Yeah. You know, but we do have those times and those moments and those friends that we do go to when we need to.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best way that I could put it.
Okay.
I agree with Mike completely. I mean, that usually we have a certain group of friends for certain things, or a certain person for certain things. It may not be the same group of guys each and every time. So, and to Mike's point earlier, we don't really hang around a bunch of guys all that often.
Right.
So,
like Ty don't tell me nothing
my
about
circle
his
is really
relationship.
small.
But Ty not gonna tell me nothing about his relationship because I'm married to one of his good friends. So I mean, he don't know that I don't talk with my wife, but it says
pillow talk. Y'all don't pillow talk. Nah, but I mean that's what it is though. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donnell looked like he could ready to say something. That's why
I was just gonna say, Toya, you know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised if one of the guys reach out to a friendly female, you know what I'm saying, to be able to unpack relationship type stuff.
That can happen too.
Don't necessarily have to be the guys. They want to.
And all I'm saying, like I said before, Keep that same energy. So if you're okay with talking to one of your female friends, be okay with me. I'm just saying it should go both ways. Be okay with me seeking advice from a male.
You don't want to seek advice from a male. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Why not?
Don't do that.
We on y'all show.
No, don't do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no situation where a woman should ever seek advice from a man. Don't do it.
If that woman needs a male's perspective,
nope, don't do it.
You hear that?
I think that's the liquor. That's the liquor talking.
It might be, but don't do it. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work out the way you think it will. Okay.
Well, then the same goes for you all.
Don't y'all do it.
Look, I don't.
Donnell's the one that started it. So he said, he could.
I'm not saying
Donnell,
that.
Donnell, let me tell you what you do. You pose questions, you'll make a comment, and then your butt sit back and relax and watch the rest of us talk. And then you'll mute yourself and have a conversation with whomever you was just talking to before, and then jump back in and start some more mess. We're not gonna do this.
But I'm just, I'm not saying. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, it's a do or don't. I'm just giving you different perspectives. That's all.
Absolutely. I get it.
Right. Who said that? It better be your brother. It better be your brother.
But some may not have a brother.
Okay. Put that up there. Put that up there.
And it can't be your play brother neither.
Don't be your play brother.
But some may not have a brother.
Well, you know what? Is Tiffany frozen? Is she gone?
No, she there.
Like she about to say something, but she ain't saying nothing. Look here. It might be the liquor. I done drank a lot in a short amount of time. I am enjoying myself tonight. Okay, but I will say this: do not talk to your male friends. Okay, gay or straight, because they're not gonna give you no good. They're not gonna give you no good. Just don't do it. Okay, don't talk to your male friends. They your male friends for a reason. They waiting
over there itching.
They waiting their turn. Okay.
She said she disagree. I want to hear what she. I want to hear what she got to say.
Don't do it.
Did y'all hear what John said?
They wait.
John said they just wait their turn.
Oh, I heard it.
Cool when they do it.
Even the gay ones waiting. Even the gay ones waiting their turn. What I mean by the gay ones waiting their turn.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Wait, they
that
not.
Was one of the words to the wise. The gay ones get their ass beat too.
I remember I watched that show.
Yes.
It's not y'all.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, John. And yes, Tiffany is stuck.
Am I really stuck? I'm
now
looking at myself and I'm moving.
That was a private conversation. I already responded. So what were you drinking before you can lie?
So if the guys don't mind me saying so, you know, we shoot the shit a lot, but at the same time, we do hold each other accountable. So, you know, going back to what Ty said, you have your circles. You know, you have your circles who do hold you accountable for things that you say and things that you're doing, but usually we don't offer our opinion without it being solicited.
Absolutely. And I just want y'all to know we're the same way. Women are the same way. You have friends for different reasons. And there are just some people that I consider a friend, but there are certain conversations I will never have with them. Mm-hmm. I will never have with them. Mm-hmm. And especially if we're talking about something with your significant other. Mm-hmm. I'm very protective of that.
Yep.
So it really has to be something for me to bring it up. But we have to be very mindful of who we share information with. But like I said, it goes back to being self-aware. And if you are a mature person, if you want to become a better being,
I'm confused. What does that mean?
Without their consent.
I missed that. But if you want to be a better person, you're not going to go talk to people that are going to side with you. You're going to talk to people that are going to challenge you. So everybody does. We are the same way. And again, it's been said, you know, women talk a lot, but I'm like, men talk a lot as well. But it was like
these days men talk more.
Say that again, Tiffany.
I said these days men seem to talk more.
I agree with that. I think
Unpack
men
that.
gossip
Unpack
a
what?
whole lot more than
Explain.
women.
We don't
Explain,
gossip. We don't
or at
gossip.
least give an example.
We don't gossip.
I mean, things have just really, really changed. It's like women always get this rap for in this negative connotation that it's just always us with the
Mm-hmm.
dramatics, with the drama, with the emotion, and oh, you go tell your girlfriends everything, this and that, blah blah blah. When it's really, I found that there is more men who cry and vent and run their mouth and gossip
It sound
than
like a lot of
women these
it
days.
sound like
I'm
a
like,
single lot of single
what's
mothers
going on?
raising men.
That's
Mm.
that's
That
that
could be
is
it too. Yeah.
I
It could
agree
be. Could be.
100% about I agree 100% with that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. That's another conversation too.
That is
That's
another
deep.
conversation. I mean,
That's
but that
deep.
even leads
Completely different
into
conversation.
and we
That's
that
deep.
leads into conversations that we've had before on this show, even with just how the dynamics with relationships have turned and how it's usually seen that women are the ones who want to solidify and lock things down and lock a man down and this and that. But I find more and more these days that it is a man who is first to want to commit and lock you down and this and that than it is a woman. Things have completely
Y'all
changed
wouldn't put
these
that on
days.
us like that, then we wouldn't have this problem.
He want to lock you down and countless others, but that's another conversation.
I mean, y'all, that thing y'all got, it's the power of the P. Y'all, hey, that's what make real
I
talk.
heard.
You heard.
Anyway.
Anyway, yo, we have had a hell of a conversation, a hell of a night. Women's takeover tonight. Women's takeover for real. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate the ladies for being on the show. Real talk, there have been a lot of conversations or a lot of topics that have been started tonight that we have to have a lot more conversations about.
Absolutely.
So I do not agree that we're gonna have the women's takeover on a more frequent basis. But maybe women's
Y'all need
champ
it.
can have maybe women's champ when her show comes back and have some men on her show. And when we do have you all women, back in the man cave, it's called Millionaire Man Cave for a reason. We can put together a show of guys and girls and have several conversations. But no, real talk. It has been a lot of topics that have come up tonight that we do need to have conversations about. So I do appreciate the women for coming on tonight, taking time out, especially considering the fact that we're well over our 9:30 time period. But we do appreciate y'all for actually coming on the show. Toya, Tiffany, and Cody. Even though Cody was quiet, we gotta get some stuff out of Cody. But we appreciate y'all for coming on. Love y'all like sisters and wives and cousins and everything else. But we will see y'all next season.
That's because they are your sisters, cousins, and wives.
Yeah, bro, you, thank you. You are a genius, Mike.
Family
Don't nothing
affair,
go over
always.
your head. Don't nothing go over your head. Yo, season finale. We will see y'all next season starting in January. Again, catch Millionaire Man Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television. And then Women's Champ also will be starting back on Relationship Entertainment Television in January. Until then, y'all, we out. Peace.